Hi friends, this is Ranjit again, and we are into our third episode of the series of Learning Curve. This will help you to grasp some of the concepts and some tips which will be useful for you to advance in your careers, hopefully. The topic that I have chosen today is service, that is the after sale service. You can call it customer support, you can call it customer care, you can call it service, or some people notoriously call it ASS, after sale service, AS. So whatever, but finally it is service, and this service is not just for your industrial products. We will talk about industrial products more in the due course just now, but it is for everything, whether it is your refrigerator which stops in the house, or whether it is your elevator in the multi-story building which has a problem, or whatever, or your water pump stops, whatever. You always need that service, and this service can be, if set up correctly, can be used as a strategic tool, and that is the topic today. So how it is a strategic tool and why am I calling it as a strategic tool, I'll come to that later. But before that, let me tell you a quick story in 1 minute. You all have heard of Ola. I'm not talking about taxi, Ola taxi. I'm talking about Ola electric vehicles, which was supposed to have been a market leader in the those scooties or two-wheelers, Ola electric two-wheelers. And at one point of time, they came up with a array of products with a lot of fanfare, and that ponytailed owner Bhavish Agarwal talking big things for the Indian two-wheeler market, and they had grabbed a market share of something like 55-60%. Okay, now this market share, when I read it the last time, had gone down to an alarmingly or shockingly low levels of 6%, from 50-60% to 6%. So what went wrong? What went wrong was service. The the service stations were filled with full of two wheelers, those scooties, parked, and lot of scooties gathering dust. And some of them had actually, now this is a ye jamana hai for the for the mobiles and the clips, so everything went viral. And their two wheelers were shown as gathering dust for weeks, 2 weeks, and nobody in the service station was giving them any answer when it will be fixed. Even for the normal routine servicing, the two wheeler was waiting for one week, and the guys who were dependent on that, like regular office goers, or the Zomato guys, they could not get their two wheelers, and they suffered every day, and they started blaming the company, and the service went downhill so much that now the market share has gone down to 6. And the price, if you look at, they came out with a IPO of 76 rupees, which went up and up and up in that euphoria 1 year ago to 150 plus, and now it is down to what? You can check the price yourself. It is just about 27 rupees a piece. So obviously there is a erosion of wealth of the shareholders. There is an erosion of trust of the customers, and all this is because the one single element, that service, after sales service, was not thought through. It was not set up properly, whether the technicians were not trained or whatever. There could be many reasons, but I also blame, and I have blamed it in my LinkedIn posts also 2-3 times, that board of directors have to be blamed. If there are so many eminent people sitting on the board of directors, what were they doing when the things were going downhill? So I just wanted to give you this example, which was a very stark example of how service can actually kill a company. It is, of course, not killed. They will hopefully come back, and Ola is an Indian brand, so we all should root for it. But this is how the things go bad. Now, coming back to the industrial products, what happens when you get an inquiry, you make an offer, you give a good price, you like a parrot, a sales engineer goes in front of the panel and blurts out all the good features, the electronics, the IoT enabled, etc., 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 and then finally he wins the equipment. He wins the order for the equipment. It is now then installed, commissioned, and it starts running. And somewhere it goes down. Now, when it goes down, the real story starts. And how fast you give the quick reply to the customer, how fast you fix it, how fast the machine comes back into running, what we call as downtime, and how small is the downtime and how high is the uptime is what matters in all the industrial products, whatever may be the product, whether it's a pump or a boiler or a machine tool or an engine. It must keep on running because that is what it is designed for. But it is also designed as a mechanical or electronics equipment, and it is designed to kind of fail after some time, and that is where service becomes important. So as I said, you have won the order and you have not given it enough attention. So when it fails, the lack of attention will increase the downtime, and now the customer's irritation or that anger will start mounting up. I call it a three phase attention. First first phase means first type of attention or negative attention. I call it apathy. A service engineer not caring about the customer, not answering his call, not going in time when he says I'll come at 10 o'clock in the morning and does not appear till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That is apathy. Then the second type is sympathy. He will say, "Oh, sorry, sir, I'm so sorry. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it fails, but I will try to fix it." He doesn't know. He goes to the spot. He tries calling back his senior people and trying to get advice. He is giving sympathy, but it's not helping. The third type of behavior is empathy, and this is where the service engineer, the company, all people in the company as a whole must project empathy towards the customer. That customer could be a small scale factory who is supplying to people like Bajaj Auto or Telco, etc., and who is an auto component manufacturer. He has got the full schedule of monthly orders, and his machine has stopped, so he cannot give. Then if he doesn't give, the customers will probably wait for a day or two, but he will start shouting, isn't it? Because his production is going to stop after 2 3 days, his stock is going to end. So now this is where the problems start creeping in, and now his EMI is mounting because there is no escaping from the financials. The EMIs, the machine has stopped, so it is not producing money. It is not producing parts, so it is not producing profit, so it is not producing money. And on the top of it, the irritation of the customer is going up, and you are displaying behavior of apathy or sympathy without actually empathizing with the customer. Then you say, "Sir, the correct service engineer who has the knowledge for this is not there. He is on leave. He is on sick leave, or he is gone for his marriage. So when will he come? He will come after 2 days, 2 weeks." The customer is angry. Further angers him is your lack of spare parts. So the customer says, "What the hell? I bought a machine which you said was reliable. I bought a Japanese machine because it never stops, and now it has stopped. And now you say that the parts have to come from Singapore, Japan, etc. I don't care. I really don't care because I'm going to lose my customer. His customer is a far bigger customer." So this is where the differentiation between you and your competitor starts coming in, and therefore we say that the first machine or first equipment is sold by a sales person, the sales department, but the second, third, and fourth equipment is sold by the service. How effectively you give service is where it differs from your competition. So that is what will give you a competitive advantage, if you wish to call it a competitive advantage. And a competitive advantage is actually a strategic tool, because without that competitive advantage of service, you won't be able to stay in the market for too long. So service is a strategic tool. So what are the takeaways? The takeaways are, you will have to demonstrate empathy towards your customer when servicing. That empathy will come through talking truth, taking his calls in time, simple things, behaving in a fashion that and actually you should know the product. So the product knowledge, the technical knowledge, and how to build technical knowledge across your service engineers is important. You cannot say that our best technical salesman is in Coimbatore and the machine has actually gone down in Chandigarh. It doesn't work that way. So you have to think it through, and you have to think it through how you are going to develop the spare part stocking, how fast you can make them available. Once you have that, then the machine, even if it goes down, it will come back up quickly and will keep on working, and the downtime will be reduced and uptime will be increased, which will give profits to customers. So this is therefore a strategic tool, and you must therefore think service as a strategic tool, and you must devise your processes, the people, and entire system, the entire company should be tuned to servicing the customer, not only to satisfy him, but if you keep on satisfying him like this, then he will be delighted. And a delighted customer is a repeat customer. And for me, repeat customer is far more significant than a new customer one. So we always used to say in any sales, regional meeting or annual meetings, how much are your repeat customers and how much are your new customers? Both are important, but repeat customer is the matrix that shows that service as a strategic tool is working. And therefore, please take this as a learning and a strong takeaway that service is a strategic tool, and the whole company has to believe in it and work towards it. Thank you.